So we eat this stuff now.
He said this story for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
He told it for a reason, y'all. Not even his servants ate that. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Welcome to Pushing Standard. Where we help you push the standard, you dig. How y'all doing today?
It's been a minute on the scripture read. Today we are picking up with Deuteronomy chapter 14.
Mm-hmm.
If you have not watched the other Deuteronomy videos when we're doing the read along series, you should be able to find that playlist under
Deuteronomy series.
Deuteronomy series, okay? Yes, so
Deuteronomy 14.
Deuteronomy chapter 14. Crazy. Okay. Now Deuteronomy 14 got like 3 different topics in itself. So what we're going to focus on today is the first 2, because we feel like, they're pretty straightforward. The third one, because of the lack of knowledge and because of modernized Western Christianity, things have been twisted to mean something completely different than what Yahuah originally intended.
Chopped and screwed.
So we will try our best to tackle that video next. So it'll still be Deuteronomy 14, but it'll probably be like a part 2. All right?
Yeah.
So did you want to start reading Deuteronomy chapter 1? All right.
So you are the children of Yahuah, your Elohim. Do not cut yourselves nor shave the front of your head for the dead.
Say that again for the people who say, well, if you're going to keep the law, then you don't need to get your hair cut. And they don't read. So say it again. Make sure they hear everything that Yahuah told them regarding that.
You are the children of Yahuah, your Elohim. Do not cut yourselves nor shave the front of your head for the dead.
For who?
The dead.
For what?
The dead.
For who?
The dead.
Alright. That's what he said. Keep going.
You so funny. Now, I'm going to pause right there, though.
Okay.
Now, to me, it's very plain and simple when we say for the dead.
Yeah.
But the reason for it is because a lot of other cultures that was into polytheism, you know what I'm saying? They serve multiple Elohims. Or multiple gods, because that's what they did. That was a part of the ritual. They get the mourning, they get the and for a cry out. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, you don't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? But for you to be separate from amongst the people at that particular moment in time, do not shave your heads in
the front. He
the
said
front.
Specifically the front of your head.
Yes. for the dead. Now, he said, for you are a Kodesh people, to Yahuah your Elohim, and Yahuah has chosen you to be a people for himself, a treasured possession above all the peoples who are on the face of the earth. Again, that's the differentiating himself between the people that wasn't and the people that he had claimed as his. So that was one of the things that they did. So you don't be like, oh, I'm not cutting my hair today. Okay, then you're just not cutting your hair today. But you say, I'm going to cut my hair because my mom died of cancer. No. He said, don't do that. Regardless, I do know cancer is very a confrontational topic. But he said, no, don't do that. He said, don't do that for the dead. That's not how you mourn. That's not how you properly mourn.
Okay, so that one's, it's titled Improper Mourning. I guess I should say this for people who may not know anything about the law at all, the commandments and stuff like that. So it's a kingdom culture, right? So just like in any country or government or kingdom, they have laws and protocols for how to go about the different things. So the Torah talk about death, it talk about death. Mm-hmm. That's what you said. Okay, death. It talk about the foods. It talk about how to create a community atmosphere, how you should be amongst each other. It's like
Court system, government.
Yes, government, the judge system. It talk about all those things. It's a culture. It was never to be religion, but a kingdom government. So that's for someone who, if you don't know and you just like, I don't even know what y'all talking about. Like, I just came in, you know. So that's what this is about. Okay, so the next point that Yahuah starts to discuss with his people is about the foods.
Verse 3.
All right, so yes, now this is also a controversial topic because we live in a world, y'all.
Yeah.
We live in a world where
Bamboozled,
they tell you
ramshack.
the times have changed. Things have changed.
You used to die for it all, so you free to do whatever you want.
Yeah, they told us that, hey, he was on the cross, so we ain't gotta keep that stuff.
Yeah, walking contradictory. You're a walking hypocrite.
So,
I want to say this because I used to be too. I used to be a walking hypocrite too.
we was taught this, and we were very zealous about it, and we preached the same thing, same message, right? However, guys, the things that we have disregarded, that we have turned away from, whether, you know, some people have turned away from, some just did not know. I would say I didn't know. You know, there may have been certain things we heard in reading scripture, or maybe hearing, like reading of another person in the text, and we heard it, but not really correlated to our life.
Right.
So we can say from experience that as we turn back to Yahuah in this way, and as we continue to learn his ways, the foods, the things that he has given us is for our good. And not only that, a lot of the things that believers are constantly going to the altar for, cancer and diabetes and
high blood pressure,
these things that, you know, I mean, cancer, all kind of things, it's because we have turned away from his principles. We've disregarded them. And then when somebody tell you, hey, we're supposed to be doing these things so that we don't have to suffer with those things, it goes in one ear out the other, because we have been trained and taught a way that is not Yahuwah's way for so long.
It's okay for your nose to be running because it's just seasonal allergy.
And we've accepted sicknesses, like he said, allergies and all these things. We've accepted them and we medicate them, but we don't walk in the true healing that Yahuwah promised. He said he would drive away all sickness when you keep his ways. So you shouldn't even be sick.
And then
none of those
things.
things.
And they'll go to your enemy.
Okay, so
like headaches, like those migraines people are getting. It's because y'all eating trashy.
Okay, and if you're not, let's say you're one, you like, well, I eat healthy. I don't eat the things he said not to eat. You're probably rebellious in some way, because that's the only other way we've seen, like,
entry.
Yes, entry. It's an open door. So you have to ask you, okay, was it something you told me to do that I completely missed or something? And I can guarantee, again, we're telling y'all from experience that is either you're in rebellion, and that's why you're getting hit that open door, or you're not eating correctly. Okay? All right, let's go. So I'm going to start at verse 3, and then he's going to probably read some too, because it's a lot. All right? He says, you shall not eat any detestable thing. And then he said, these are the animals which you may eat: the ox, the sheep, the goat, the deer, the gazelle, the roe, deer, the wild goat, the mountain goat, the antelope, and the mountain sheep. He says, and you may eat every animal with cloven hooves, having the hoof split into 2 parts, and that chews the cud among the animals. So you can't take one thing and leave it. You got to read it and cut. He said, you may eat every animal with cloven hooves, having the hoof split into 2 parts, and that chews the cud among the animals. And then he says, nevertheless, of those that chew the cud or have cloven hooves, you shall not eat, such as these. He go on to list them: the camel, the hare,
The rabbit.
the rabbit. Do you know what our people say tastes like chicken?
Oh no, that was me.
And the rock hyrax. I don't even know what that is. All right. It says, for they chew the cud, but do not have cloven hooves. They are unclean for you. And then verse 8 says, also the swine. Because this is the one we've been fed, y'all.
Yeah.
From slavery on. We've adopted it.
Yeah.
But Yahuah has never permitted it.
We made it so good, y'all, that everybody else want to go back to it now. And now it's labeled soul food. So if you ain't got no chitlins, you ain't soul. You know, if you ain't barbecuing no ribs on there, you ain't barbecuing. But we made it so good that, you know what I'm saying, every other ethnicity enjoy it now.
So he says, also the swine is unclean for you, because it has cloven hooves, yet does not chew the cud. You shall not eat their flesh or touch their dead carcasses. Okay, so you got to be careful in the grocery store, y'all, because they have certain meats, but if you don't read it, some of them it has pork casing.
Yeah.
So the little skin stuff that's like on sausages, some of it is pork casing.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, okay, so the enemy is so strategic, y'all, and it's in a lot of stuff. Not even just foods, certain medicines. Like, this is how thorough Yahuah has been guiding us to even get rid. I mean, we haven't had to use medicine anyways, but he's like, go look at this and go look at this. Medicines, there's certain medicines that have pork byproducts in it. That's how strategic the enemy is, y'all, to keep us blindfolded or just in rebellion against Yahuah. Now, yes, Yahuah have mercy. Yes, he have grace. However, don't use it as an excuse to continue into sin and to continue to eat that way when you know Yahuah. Okay, he's telling me I need to do this. It's not a negotiable thing. It's either you love him or you don't. When you love him and you know that what he's requiring of us is for our good, you have a heart. Okay, I really enjoy this, Yah, but help me take away the desire to continue putting these things on my body that you said is unclean, that you never created my body to intake.
Right.
And you have to make that decision. So don't say, oh, that's too much work to go and look at. No, you just prideful and you stubborn. No, and I gotta say that because we as human can be prideful and very stubborn. But I guarantee you, if you trust Yahuah and you say, hey, this look like a lot of work, but help me to keep your will. Help me to keep your ways. These are his ways, y'all. Okay?
Think about it like this, y'all. Talking about the pork, right? If Yahuah says, don't do it, don't eat this, why is the enemy strategically putting it in almost every product? You got medicines, you got candy. It's a thing called gelatin. That's pork byproducts.
Most of the time it's pork gelatin.
And that's pork gelatin. That's in your marshmallows. That's in your Starbursts. That's in your Skittles. That's in now laters. What's the Mambas? It's in the Mambas. No, it's over the J. Jolly Ranchers. It's in the Jolly Ranchers. It's in the pudding mix. It's also in certain breads. They put chopped up pig hair in certain yeast so it can be spongy. The bread to be spongy. Like if it was so good, why would Yahuah say not to do it? And if it's so bad, why do Satan put it in everything? So you have to think about these things. Like he's literally using that as a weapon so we can sin against Yahuah in rebellion.
And then he can continue to attack your life because he like, this is all the door I need, baby. And I want to say this too, right? This was something that came to my mind the other day. There's many people that say, I'm a servant of Yah. I'm a servant. I'm a devout. However, we have the story of the prodigal son. What he say? Even the servants don't eat that. Yahuah's servants don't even eat that. So you not his servant if you still eating that. And I'm saying that again, not to Khadib, I'm just saying, think about it. If you say you his servant, and he just said, not even my father's servants eat that. And this is in the New Testament, because people like to say that was Old Testament. No, New Testament. Yahusha, the one who was on the cross, that we said, that y'all say, they say, told us, well, he died, so we don't have to do.
So we can eat this stuff now.
He said this story for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
He told it for a reason, y'all. Not even his servants ate that. He never intended for us to eat that. Not even servants, slaves, whatever you want to call it, maid servants, the people that work for you, they didn't even eat that. Okay? So don't get caught up on the swine, because, we're going to keep going, because, we talking about the seafood, y'all.
Yeah, the shrimp.
That garlic butter stuff.
Yeah.
With the shrimps and crab legs.
Little lobster tail.
All that good stuff. Hey, it tasted good. It tasted good, but it ain't good for us, y'all. It tasted good, but it ain't good for us. All right?
No.
Verse 9. All right. He says, these you may eat of all that are in the waters. This is what he's going to tell, all right? You may eat all that have fins and scales. So both. Fins and scales. Not just fins. Not some that just got scales. Because you'll get caught up with some funny looking fish. They got some funny looking creatures out here. Alright. But he said you can eat all that got fins and scales. And he says, and whatever does not have fins and scales, you shall not eat. It is unclean for you. Real straight to the point. Mm-hmm. Okay? Alright, now he go to the fowl. All clean birds you may eat. He says, but these you shall not eat. The eagle, the vulture,
black vulture,
the buzzard, the red kite,
mm-hmm.
the falcon, and the kite after their kinds. It says, every raven after its kind, the ostrich, the short-eared owl, the seagull, mm-hmm. and the hawk after their kinds. He says the little owl, the screech owl, the white owl, the jackdaw, the carrion vulture, the fisher owl, the stork, mm-hmm. the heron after its kind, and the hoopoe and the bat. Some of these I don't know what they are. I'm just gonna be real with you. I tried looking them up, so I just like, hey, Yahuah. I mean, not that we going out catching none, but please lead us.
If we're in somebody else's country, make sure we.
It's not say it's chicken.
Is this hope? You sure it's not hope?
Hope in the bed, boy. All right, he says. Now he goes to the creature. He says, also every creeping thing that flies is unclean for you. They shall not be eaten. So every creeping things, like I think of like flies or mosquitoes, because it creeps, but it also flies. That's what I think of, But okay, he says you may eat all clean birds. You shall not eat anything that dies of itself. You may give it to the alien, which is a foreigner who is within your gates, that he may eat it, or you may sell it to a foreigner. He says, for you are a holy people to Yahuah your Elohim. And then he finishes off by saying, you shall not boil a young goat in its mother's milk. So, I've never tried that anyway. goat milk, I've never tried it. He said, don't do it. Don't do it. For whatever reason, he said, don't do it. You can ask him why. What's that about? It was something I was going to say. I was reading. If it come back, I'll I'll say it. But right now, no, it was regarding
The skills?
no, the food. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, I gotta say this, y'all. Okay, now we live in a world where you got all different type of diets, keto, vegans, and plant-based. And one thing I gotta say, you will have people that say, it's God's food, but they tell you can't eat meat. He don't want us killing animals. He just told us what we could eat, what was clean. So don't get caught up in that. Now, one thing I will say,
wait,
because
before you get to that, that's
okay,
that's what Paul was talking with the Galatians about. Colossians, he was going back and forth with them folks because they was in that particular moment they worshiped the goat. They worshiped the bull. You feel me? So he was like, he said, y'all can eat the bull because they don't do nothing against. I don't even hear her say that's permissible. So people like to twist that scripture and be like, oh, even Paul said don't eat with the pagans eat, but it's because the beef is what they worship. They worship beef, but beef is okay. They
actually still do in some places.
Beef is okay according to Yahuah. Now, no, so them folks. That's why I said don't be fighting over that vegan diet.
Because he said some people fighting over if you can eat meat, some just eat fruit and vegetables.
He said don't be fighting over that. He said because all that's permissible to Yahuah. Now, just get to the deeper matter and just focus our attention on other things. That's the whole point of that scripture. It's not saying, oh, now you can eat pork right there. That's not what they did over there. They didn't eat any meat at all. And that's also in my in one of my translations as well.
Yeah. So I had to say that because I come across people, and again, they sound very knowledgeable. They may have done clinical studies and stuff like that. But to say that, to eat God's food or Yah's food, but they tell you don't eat animals. We were never supposed to eat animals. Contradicting. Who we gonna listen to? So, however, if you decide not to eat meat, let it be. But it's not something to be like condemning somebody as if they're sinning because they ate some meat because Yahuwah permitted it. Okay?
Oh, so I stand corrected. It wasn't Colossians, it's Galatians.
Okay. And I also want to say, on the other hand, you also have the other side where there are people who do not follow Yahuwah. They don't keep his way, yet they talk about the reason why they stopped eating certain foods that Yahuwah permitted, and they still was getting sick and stuff like that. Is because it's not one or the other. You follow Yahuwah and his ways and all the way around, not pick and choose. So they'll eat, the fruit and veggies and all that stuff, but they don't keep his ways. They're not keeping
Torah.
His Torah. Like they're not even honoring him as the all power, the mighty one. They still serve other deities.
A different deity.
Yes.
Because you still gotta be careful with that. And it's a time that I know me and the wife, we get on these health kicks, and we'll find different things that we eat that's clean to Yah. But sometimes we'll get lost in the sauce. And he had to warn us time and time again, like, all right, they are knowledgeable, but don't go the way that they're going. And I had to ask him, like, what do you mean by that? He said, don't take on a philosophy. Yes, what they're saying right here is good, is clean, but I have already told you what's good to eat. And he reminds us this all the time. Even when we went out to the food market, we went over there and he was like, this person right here, check them out. They may not be right. This person right here is right. You can have this. Ask questions about this because a lot of people have ulterior motives in their heart when they're making these foods. And he said, just be wise. Although we end up getting hit with some non-edible stuff that tore us up that day, with that
body soap.
Yeah, body soap and buttercream. Yeah, that's still with us for a whole week, and it's crazy because that was always in the house. It happened to me when I was driving. I was clean. I was clean out there. So even then, like, we took something in that we shouldn't because of their theology, their philosophy behind their products. So be careful. That's why it's good to see if it's clean. We don't do bioengineered products now. Every now and then you be stubborn and still get some, but for the most part, we really don't do bioengineered products because they make a lot of stuff, and we getting away from all those yellow sixes and all those other different colors because they're not good for us because they're
metals and stuff in the foods. Yeah. Honestly, the best thing I can say is ask Yahuah. Honestly, but when you follow, like, Yahuah specifically told me certain things to like take note of. Like, I didn't go and like, okay, what should I eat now? He literally told me specifically. I know for sure bread. He said whole wheat bread, like they got the whole, what they call it. They still got the fiber and all that with the whole wheat bread. Yeah, I know. The germ, I think they call it. Yeah, that's what it is. I think that's what it's called.
It's part of the seed, the small part of the seed that got all the nutrients in it.
Okay.
They take it out.
The whole grain, yeah, that's what it is. So he specifically said that. He told me to go look at the medications because some of them have pork byproducts in it, and he told me look up the dyes because I thought it was food coloring, y'all. I just thought it was a little food color. They just changed the color, but no, there are metals. A lot of it is metals, and a lot of the stuff it tell you this may cause cancer. A lot of stuff. So all I can say is you gotta trust Yahuah and follow him and what he have specifically for you to do, because that's all we did.
Right, facts.
Okay.
And we took our time to learn. I had printed this thing of what's clean and what's not clean. Like, stuff had duck feathers in it. It had, like, certain companies are not being truthful because they chop up these things so fine and they put it in our products. Some have duck feathers, some have pork, some had another unclean animal. It's like a mixture of stuff that they do, and that's not stuff we supposed to be digesting, yo.
Something you could do really is go take something that you enjoy eating and just go look at the ingredients, because a lot of them we don't even know how to pronounce. Just look it up and see, like, what's the pros and cons of this ingredient, and they'll tell you this is bioengineered, this is a chemical that was created in the lab. They'll tell you they whole, so that lets you know it ain't even good for us anyways.
And you'll find other products that's a great substitute. Now me and the wife been on this journey trying to find hot chips. And we found something as close as like a puff chip, like hot puff chips, but it's out of chickpeas, and it tastes really good. And they got a little spice kick to it, so that's the chip I go to when I want some hot chips. Now there's some other chips I can't have, although I want them so bad.
The taste buds still.
Yeah, you still remember what it tastes like. Almost because of what they put in it. So if they change the ingredients and make it more clean, we'll fire them up real quick. But I found some new Doritos. You know what I'm saying? It's not as Doritos are, but they're a great substitute. So you just find the substitutes and stuff you like. And there's a lot of chips that are actually clean for the most part. But you have to check out the ingredients.
Typically, if it got more than 3 ingredients, it's probably not good. But again, that's why you have to look at the ingredient. Don't look at the front label, y'all. Look at the ingredients. Look it up if you don't know what it is, and go from there. But it's a journey. Like, it ain't like this all happened in one day. It was like, all right, go look this up. We looked it up, and then as we go, it's like, okay, what is this? So we just had to, like, be diligent and
more refined, gets more clean.
So, like, marshmallows, we found marshmallows, they vegan marshmallows. I forgot the brand right now. So,
Candy. Is it Candy?
No. Dandies. Yeah, Dandies brand. Ghirardelli chocolate that's the chocolate I like. Yes. Skittles is a brand called Yum Earth.
Yeah, it's Gibbles.
Yeah, they're what do you call it? Their version of Skittles is called Giggles. They have a version of Starburst if you into candy, they have that. Yeah, but you start get to a point like, okay, this, I know I don't need all this sugar anyways, which is another thing.
Yeah, and
That sugar boy.
even some of the sugars causing cancers in certain people, or certain people have these reactions because they have too much processed sugar. So still be careful out there. You know what I'm saying? Do it in moderation if you're gonna do it. Don't overdo it.
Moderation.
Even in the alcohol, like a lot of people don't understand that when they drinking wine, they drinking these hard liquors and stuff. That's pork. There's pork byproducts in there. There's pork gelatin in those things,
and a lot of them.
And then the reason why your stomach is getting bloated and stuff with the yeast and all that is because you have these a lot of people who do that go into diabetes, type 1, type 2 and stuff. But it's because what? It's pork gelatin in there,
Crazy.
And it's messing you up, and then your body stores sugar, stores that
it's fat.
It's fat. So they don't know what to do with that. You know what I'm saying? That's stored up sugar, and then it's just pile up. But it's the same thing. So there's some cleaner stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at the back of it. If you say vegan or vegetarian, that's a good product. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna have to worry about animal enzymes in it. You know what I'm saying? So, or if it has and I know you're not usually supposed to go by this, but if it has the K or the U on there,
yeah.
Although you use that for the animal stuff, you feel me? But you still got to look at the back of it and make sure there's no other craziness going on.
Because you got folks that got these labels and they still
fighting back and forth.
Partial. Yeah, I'll just say that.
When you hear it's kosher, that's what I'm talking about.
Or halal. Some people say halal, and they still got pork on their menu. It's crazy.
Or
seafood.
Halal.
Well, I shouldn't say
seafood. They do
unclean. Unclean seafood. That's what
like shellfish.
Shellfish. There you go.
It's okay for them to eat shellfish, but you know what I'm saying. It's not okay for them to have pork. And then you have the what is it called?
Kabbalah. No,
not Kabbalah.
I thought you should say the Khazars.
Yeah, not the Khazars. What's the you? Clean and unclean.
It's supposed to be kosher.
That's what it is, kosher. And they don't have the shellfish nor the pork, but they have metals. You feel me? So it's kind of weird how they, saying this is clean all the way through, and you still putting metals in people that you're not supposed to put metals in.
So did you have anything? Because I know we've talked about it in other videos with correlating texts where people try to pull out of the New Testament and saying, "Oh, see, we can eat whatever we want to eat," which we've talked about it in several videos before. But I will say, I know one that comes to mind outside of the prodigal son, that parable. Is the one where Peter was like, I've never eaten anything unclean since I was even from my youth, right? Because he thought, he like, you telling me to eat this? But it clearly go on to say that he was talking about the people, because those who are engrafted in the Messiah, who accept the Messiah as the Savior, the Redeemer, they're no longer considered unclean as a people. So don't try to twist scripture. He said they twist the scriptures to their own demise.
Yeah, that's 1 Timothy.
So we have to be careful with what people are teaching us, y'all. Even us, like I said, we came from this. We were taught these things, and we practiced it boldly. We ate our pork boldly.
I'll find that bacon up your hermit
boldly, all that. Because we was like, well, bet. He died, so we ain't got to
say no more.
Say no more.
But that's to keep you in lawlessness. That's the trick of the enemy. That's the one thing that he has been doing for years. You know what I'm saying? So it's y'all gonna see it. If y'all haven't checked out the Abba Pike letter to my Zini letter, check it out. It's in my shorts right there on Pushing the Standards in my shorts.
Say it again clearly for people to look at.
Abba Pike's a letter to my Zini, and it's his plans that he has. It's on our shorts, on our YouTube shorts. That's on our main page, and it talks about the plans that they had. It also talks about what they wanted to do. They want to take the faith that they had called a delusion, that they have made a delusion, meaning they have made it. They put it together in a way that people were like, all over the world would almost do it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So y'all gotta realize that Christianity is like one of the biggest. It is the biggest religion known to date as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to blow it up along with atheism, and then they're gonna have everybody who does not have the wisdom or who turns away from faith completely to start following Hashatan, Satan, right? So y'all got to be careful about this thing. The reason why we're saying it and we're being very loud with it because we're talking about lawlessness. We're talking about the way we're trying to tell people to come back to the way now before he strike and do what he's supposed to do, because this has been a plan since the 1800s, y'all.
The Great Deception.
And that's what he called it.
It's the Great Deception, y'all. I made a video on my personal page and just let y'all know, I'm going to say it again, do not take your soul salvation lightly. Do not put your soul in the hands of man. Don't do it, y'all. I know we look up to people and we think, well, their life look better than mine or whatever that thing is, but you gotta be diligent about your soul salvation and seek Yahuah like never before. Seek him on everything that you believe. I don't care how good it feel to be where you are, how comfortable you may be in the teachings that you've gained so far. I'm telling y'all gotta be
humble.
You have to, well, yes, you do have to humble yourself.
It's okay to look at it like I was taught wrong. You're not a bad person for being lied to. But you're a bad person for continuing to lie.
Yeah.
Just because you believe it does not make it true. You hear me? Just because you believe it does not make it true. Yeah. So you have to be very careful, because I had to come to grips of this. I had to sit down and reevaluate what was good, what wasn't, what was true, and what wasn't. And what I did, I just threw away a lot of the lies. I threw away as much lies as I could find, and I held on to the truth. But it took me to doing a lot of research. That me personally, it just took my wife just to hear the voice of Yahuah. But me, how he deal with me a lot, I hear him on a lot of different topics, a lot of different things. But he also had me doing a lot of historical backdrop on it, so I can talk to the people who are very analytical.
Your boy be remembering this though, like he just stored the books. I be like, babe, what's that stuff you said about that? Hey,
but that's because I pray so I can help others too. You feel me? So it's not all my strength. That's something that he has given me to remember. So that's like when I'm going down these numbers and going down these dates and going down these people who have been used by Hashatan, who've been used by Satan. And I bring it to the forefront for you guys, so y'all can dissect it, read it, go and pray about it. You know what I'm saying? Develop your understand how he speaks with you, so you can flow, so you can know I ain't leading you astray. Because you know what I'm saying, I've been led astray, and that's the truth. A lot of different times in my life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different times, not just one particular moment, but a lot of different times. And when you come into more truth, you want to tell others, like, this right here is not the truth. Y'all been holding on to something that was created in 321 AD. And then when I bring the historical facts, y'all still throw it out. That don't make any sense. Simply because you said there's no proof until I bring the proof, and then when the proof is given, then you're in denial. So don't take that on yourself like that. Don't sit there and be you create this heavy burden and heavy weight because you have led people astray for so long. Just be transparent about it. Just say, sorry y'all, I believe this way is not right according to research and biblical history and study. I do apologize. I was deceived myself. All right, now let's move forward together. And the ones who stick with you through that transition, those are the ones that really got hard for y'all. The ones that's so stubborn and stiff necked and so brainwashed, they'll get it another time. It just won't be with you, and just be okay with that.
Yeah. What he said. What he said. But yeah, don't take it lightly, y'all. Be encouraged. I think that's all we gon' is that all you wanted to say?
Yeah, because I was trying to find which book that was. I think I misspoke on if it's in Galatians, but I know it's one of the letters that Paul has written to the folks when he was telling them about about the eating that food with the vegetation and all that. I was trying to figure out which letter it was so I can clear that up, but I think I misspoke on which one it was. But I know he wrote it. I just don't remember where he put it in the scriptures. Hopefully I can find that here soon. I have to look into it a little bit more so I'll have that in the in like a text or something.
Okay.
Look, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Again, if you believe Yahushua that he's the son of the living Elohim, you shall be saved. But it's also for the ones who keep his commands, not Yahushua commands, but Yahuwah's commands, and keep them greatly. If you do that, you'll be great in the kingdom. If not, and you teach people to do a little bit, and you do a little bit, you'll be less in the kingdom. But if you just believe by yourself, just believe only, that's it. No commandments, no Torah, you won't inherit the kingdom. Shalom, shalom. Be blessed.